Hey guys, welcome to the WWE Hell in a Cell pre-show brought to you by That Wrestling Show. I am one of your hosts, The Stinger. Alongside me is
Moose, and welcome to our pre-show show.
yeah. We will do a pre-show for Hell in a Cell, but we will not do a review because we want you guys to actually go watch the pay-per-view instead of thinking that we're going to spoil anything for you. We might not do a Monday Night Raw review next week because I might actually come on here myself and do a WWE 2K16 review. Because of course, I'll be getting it at midnight Monday. Moose might be coming with me, so we might do a quick little half hour to an hour playthrough of the game, just seeing how the game is, and then do a quick, probably about 5-10 minute review, just to put up for something next week. So just keep an eye out for that. But anyway, let's start off with the Divas title match. We have the rematch from Night of Champions, which is Charlotte versus Nikki Bella.
All right, so I'm just gonna put out that I want Charlotte to retain. Um, I don't know how the match is gonna go. I hope that we don't have like a 5, 6, 7 minute Divas match. I hope they actually use the time given to them. Like, I want a full on match. I don't want something kind of half assed, but I definitely want Charlotte to go over.
Same here. This is something that I thought was going to happen around Night of Champions last month. But I don't think it's going to happen because if it did, it defeats the whole purpose of putting the title on Charlotte. But what I was going to say last month, the week before Night of Champions, we had Charlotte versus Nikki on Raw for the title, and if Charlotte would have won, it would have made Nikki not beat AJ Lee's record of longest Diva title holder. Uh, Longest Diva title reign, I should say. Uh, but I was thinking if they did that, they could put the title back on Nikki at Night of Champions, which would have also made me mad. But I feel like WWE could do this here again because of what Paige is doing. But I feel like Charlotte's going to win and retain her title. But I think Paige is going to come in after the match and attack Charlotte and set up a match possibly at Survivor Series. Moose, you got the next match for us? You remember what order we were going to put this in?
No. But I guess we'll just go with Bray Wyatt versus Roman Reigns.
Yeah. For this match, and this is something I talked on the Raw review about. I am picking Roman Reigns to win, no matter what, because I feel like if they're building him up to be the next star or something, you have to give him the win over Bray. Unless you're letting Bray win clean, which I highly doubt is going to happen anyway. You have to let Roman win, but I have this odd feeling that it's going to be everyone against Roman and everything. Like the Wyatt family's going to come out, and then Dean's going to come out and save the day. I think Dean's going to turn on Roman.
Now, this is one of the, 2, 3 matches that are actually in Hell in a Cell that are going to be in the cell.
Yep.
And I feel like with the way Braun has been built and hyped up and everything, I feel like the match will start clean, but either him or a combination of him and, say, Luke or Eric or somebody like that are probably going to break the chain holding the door closed, and then it'll be a no escape scenario for Roman, and they'll all be in the cage, and there will be nothing that anybody can really do about it.
Right. Who you got in this match?
If they end it kind of quick, it'll be Roman. If it's a prolonged match, I have Bray. Well, it all depends on whether or not our prediction actually comes true and the other Wyatts do interfere. If the Wyatts don't interfere and it's only Bray and Roman, I have Roman. If they do interfere, I have Bray. Um, I think I might actually be at odds with you on the Dean part of it, but I don't know. I've seen some pretty strange things go on in the WWE that I never would have guessed would happen.
Right.
So.
All right. Next up, we have the tag team title match between the Dudley Boyz and the New Day.
I honestly hope that when this match begins, I mean it's great fun to watch, but if you're gonna have the actual like 2v2 for the tag team titles, I feel like they need to kick Xavier out.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's gonna be the same thing we've seen over and over and over again.
I think it's been 6 weeks in a row that they've had the same stupid finish where Xavier comes in to save the titles. That's what their new slogan should be: save the titles. But anyway, I feel the same way, and they've had really good matches. We got to see, of course, last week we got to be at SmackDown. We got to be, or we got to see Dean and the Dudleys take on the New Day. But, of course, Xavier came in and hit Dean with the trombone. That's why you see Xavier's trombone broken. But I don't like these finishes because it takes away from what really is great matches. And that's...
No.
Good.
It's a little different, obviously, when you're there actually watching it because the excitement, it actually gets to you. But on television, which is the way most people can see it, it's quite literally the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
And for once, I mean, New Day is one of the few bad groups that they get about as many cheers as they get boos, that's really good.
And you could tell when we were watching Raw Monday night that I was getting heated because they were talking bad about my team.
Yeah.
Like, they got under my skin, but I'd be glad I like them. So.
But the only way they're going to go over clean, or the Dudleys are going to be able to go over at all, is, I feel, if they find a way to keep Xavier out. Either keep him out of the ring, just kick him out in general, or have somebody, another wrestler, perhaps like Cena, or like Dean or somebody like that, who is there as well.
Right.
Who can take care of Xavier before he screws everything up.
Right. And with this match, I'm going with the Dudleys. What about you?
I'm gonna go with the Dudleys as well. I mean, it'd be cool if New Day could keep their titles cleanly. But if it's a clean match, definitely the Dudleys.
All right. Next up, we have the IC title match.
IC. Oh boy. That means we have Kevin Owens versus Ryback.
This is also a rematch from Night of Champions. It's a lot of rematches from Night of Champions.
And while it hasn't necessarily been the same thing over and over again because it's not, Ryback and Kevin Owens going at it constantly. It's been Kevin Owens and Ryback, I feel like, competing to see who can beat up the most people before their match Sunday. Uh, but it's still getting kind of old to me. I just like to see the match uh, between the two, and I'd actually like to see Ryback get his title back. Kevin Owens, in my opinion, is a good. He plays the champion part very well. Um, he's always been uh, stuck up with himself, and but I feel like it would bring more uh, substance to the storyline if he managed to actually lose the title and he'd have to fight his way back.
Right. For me, I feel this is what Kevin Owens fans, especially myself, I'm I'm not biased when it comes down to making predictions for pay per views or anything. But my thing is, this Kevin Owens title run is what we wanted back in July when Kevin Owens should have beat Cena for the U.S. title. This is the match that this is the title run we were wanting him to have because he is that good. Now, and take on my part, I do like Ryback. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like Ryback needs something else to go after instead of staying with the IC belt because I felt Ryback was just a stalemate with that title. No offense to Ryback because he is good. He was also hurt during this period of having his title reign. But like right now, I feel Kevin Owens is the right guy to hold that belt, and especially if he holds that belt to I'd say at least January or something. A guy like Sami Zayn or Finn Balor or Samoa Joe could come in and face him for that Intercontinental Championship and have great matches and bring that title back up to where it needs to be. So in this match, I'm going with Kevin Owens.
I feel like, I mean, you're right. If Ryback doesn't take his title back, that does free him up for going after something else, um, like the U.S. title or God forbid the WWE Championship. I highly doubt they'd do that though.
Right.
But I feel like it wouldn't be a long shot for them to set his sights on the U.S. title because uh, it just feels like there are more chances for him to be a better wrestler when he doesn't have a title and he can show us what he's made of and what he can do to work towards a title.
Right. So who you got in this match?
Honestly, the way things are looking with the way they've been building up the two characters, I'd agree with you that Kevin Owens should probably go over, but I'm going to say Ryback will probably get his title back.
Next up, we have a United States Open Challenge. Now, we do not know who John Cena's opponent is going to be. It could be anyone from, Zack Ryder to Finn Balor to The Rock because, shock value. Uh, but anyway, as of right now, this is not breaking news. If you guys follow any like wrestling news sites or anything, John Cena's taking time off after Hell in a Cell. So whoever's facing Cena is winning the title. If you guys want to, not listen to this and everything and just think I'm full of crap, then, skip ahead a little bit. But here's my little rant on this. John Cena brought the United States title back up. I'm happy for that. Whoever beats him Sunday, which I'm picking against Cena, whoever's opponent might be, whoever beats Cena is already put up on a high pedestal. Because when Cena comes back, Cena's taking on him, and Cena's hopefully going to put him over. And that's my opinion. I don't know what yours is.
Well, I think no matter what happens in the match between Cena and whoever he ends up facing, I just hope that whatever happens between the Dudleys and New Day, that they don't come in with one of them being the to be announced wrestler that Cena's going to face, because that, like some of the other things we have talked about, if that happens, it's not going to be, pay-per-view worthy. It's going to be another thing that you've seen already on Raw or SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I'm with you on this. I hope that whoever he does end up facing, even if you end up being wrong and Cena does go over, whoever he faces, if it's a newcomer, like from like NXT or something, and this is one of their first matches or something like that, that's still gonna boost them a lot.
Right. And like I said, even if it's someone like, let's say, oddly enough, Zack Ryder's facing Cena and everything, it's not saying we're going to automatically assume that, Cena's going to go over and everything, but it's, just boost guys up. We're not asking, us as fans, we're not asking Cena to lose every match, because we're not. We're just wanting Cena to know what's right for business and put guys over when it's time. Because that's why I said took away from Kevin Owens back in July, because Cena had the chance to say something right and do something right, and let Kevin Owens have the title, or at least have him hold it for a month just to see what happens, because his character is so well developed, and that didn't happen, and I was very disappointed in that.
There is one thing I'd actually like to say. Uh, I think Cena, if you're watching this, we need to see a little more attitude, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, we all like, good Cena, but I'd like to see a darker side. I feel like that would make you a lot more likable if something actually sets you off. Like when you had the spat with the Rock a while back, and you actually showed a little more attitude with that.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool. I really liked that. But the whole good Cena all the time.
Like, we're not telling you to go full heel, because we know that's never going to happen. But we're saying just put more meaning into your matches or into your promos and matches, instead of being like, well, I'm here and everything. I'm prepared. Let's go. Make something out of it.
Start a feud with somebody. That would be fun. Especially if it got your character angry.
Yeah.
And saying things he doesn't normally say.
Right.
At least I would like you more.
All right. Next up, we had the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match between.
Oh boy. So we have the World Heavyweight Championship between. I can't believe I'm even.
You can't even believe it.
So Seth Rollins is taking on Kane, and we've had the corporate Kane and Demon Kane back and forth for a while now. Um, I mean, we all saw this coming from a mile away, but it doesn't make it hurt any less to admit that this is a match. um, it's fun. It's fun to know that Kane is actually wrestling in matches. Uh, still, just like Taker, because you don't normally get to see these characters very often anymore. Um, but I don't know if, because in my opinion, I think they're going to put Kane over Seth in this one. I know. I see that look. I see that look. And even though I think this, it's not the move I think they should be doing. I mean, Kane has had title reigns before. We've seen him.
Yeah.
But I don't think this would be one of those times where he needs to hold a title. The feud has been funny. It's had its entertainment value,
especially corporate Kane.
Yeah, but I don't think Kane is the right choice for a title holder this time.
No.
But like I said, in my opinion, the way they've been building it is that Kane will probably go over and take the title. Unless, of course, they do some shenanigans with the Authority.
Could you imagine corporate Kane coming out while Demon Kane's wrestling?
Okay, that would be cool. That would really be cool. If you could find somebody with the same height, the same build, same like attitude and everything, so that you could have Demon Kane in the ring while corporate Kane is off to the side, I would approve.
My thing is that the Authority needs to end quickly. And Seth winning this match and Corporate Kane getting released from being the director of operations is the right move. Because the Authority is stupid. The Authority has been going on since SummerSlam 2013 when Randy cashed in on Daniel Bryan. But my thing is right now is that Seth Rollins should win this match clean, which is odd for me to say because he hasn't won a match clean except for one all year. And that was against Sting last month at Night of Champions where Sting got legitimately hurt. I'm still furious about this. But I think Seth Rollins wins, Corporate Kane gets released, and we're starting to see the end of the Authority slowly but surely. And of course, we can't forget the main event, what they've been hyping up so much. The final encounter in Hell in a Cell for Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker.
I'm actually pretty hyped for this. I recently, because as a young child, I watched a lot of wrestling, and then when I moved to where I live now, we lost cable for a long time. So I fell out of touch with the WWE and just wrestling in general. Um, and a friend of mine got me an Undertaker DVD a while back, and I went and watched a lot of the matches, and there was a match on there that sounds really familiar, which was in 2002, Brock Lesnar and Undertaker at Hell in a Cell with Paul Heyman as Brock Lesnar's manager. It's the exact same thing that's happening now. And if it is a match like the one that I saw from 2002, it's going to be a good match. It's going to be a bloody match, but it's going to be a good match.
For me, I'm always worried about Undertaker doing these types of matches. And then, because at WrestleMania 30, I know most of people know that Undertaker practically had a severe concussion. He broke his neck and a lot of bad things. No one thought he would ever wrestle again. Then he came back at WrestleMania 31, fought Bray Wyatt, and then the unthinkable happened. I didn't think that Undertaker would fight Brock Lesnar because, and I told you this multiple times, Undertaker back in 2002 could fight UFC Brock Lesnar, and it'd be good.
He's 13 years older now, and
yeah,
I'm with you on this. His body is not what it used to be.
And in doing this Hell in a Cell matches, and Brock Lesnar said it on the Stone Cold podcast Monday, he's going in there to hurt Taker. I don't know if that was kayfabed or if that was legit and everything, but he's going in there to hurt Taker, and it's like, oh boy, this should be interesting.
Yeah, I'm worried, honestly. Like, I feel like it's going to be a good match, but there've been a lot of buts. But if it goes the way that I hope it doesn't, this might end up being not only Taker's last match against Lesnar, but if he gets beaten bad enough, it could be Undertaker's last match. And like you said, we don't know if that was in character, I'm here to hurt Taker, or if that was legitimate, I want to hurt the man. But if he gets hurt bad enough, I don't expect we're going to be seeing much of Taker in the near future.
And of course, you guys, this Sunday is Hell in a Cell on the WWE Network. The kickoff show starts at 7. We are not obligated to say this, but we just want you guys to watch the pay-per-view. But 7 o'clock is the kickoff show. 8 o'clock the show starts. If you guys want to watch the kickoff show, the kickoff match is Rusev, Sheamus, and King Barrett taking on Neville, Dolph Ziggler, and Cesaro. The same match you got on Raw. Maybe a different outcome, but it's the same match. But if you guys want to watch that, the kickoff show starts at 7 o'clock on the WWE Network. And until next time, guys, I am the Stinger.
I'm Moose.
And we will see you next time. And hopefully this pre-show has our first intro on. See you guys.
Look for that.
Yep.